Okay, this video right here, I'ma do about heaven and hell. Um, well, when folks hear heaven and hell, they usually think the kingdom, like the pearly gates, golden roads, and all that up in the sky. And hell is like the lava and the devil with the red horns and this, and that. But the kingdom of heaven and hell and all that is really within us. It's a state of consciousness, and it's reflected through our frequency patterns manifested to the physical. So what we're experiencing here in the physical is basically it's a reflection of the inner worlds of beings. You know what I'm saying? It's the spiritual reflected in the physical. You know what I'm saying? Because the physical is more. I'm gonna get into it. Basically, this is all according to my perspective. You know what I'm saying? And where I'm at with it. But check it out. Hell, as in it's a lower vibration or a lower frequency, which is still part of the same all as so-called heaven is, or a higher vibration. Because whenever you're vibing lower, it's more condensed, it's more dense, it's more solid, and it's a slower vibration, and it's not as light. So that means that it's weighed down more. So whenever you're like feeling down and like depressed and like you know what I'm saying, that's more in the hellish state of mind, which is more sickening, which is why they always push fear, and they always, they push all this stuff in the media to keep us trapped in the physical, as in keep us trapped in the 666, which is carbon. It's carbon, it's 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons, but that's the carbon 12. You know what I'm saying? And carbon 7, and forgive me if I got it backwards, man, because I used to be on this, but I ain't been on the carbon 12, carbon 7 talk in a minute. So I might have it backwards. I don't know. But, it's carbon 12 and carbon 7. One of them is the 666, and the other one is 616, 6 protons, 1 neutron, and 6 electrons. And, and that's a higher vibration of frequency. Is spinning, so it's more light, it's more spread out, and it's not as condensed. And they got us backwards because when they think of hell, they think of red, hot fire and all that, but really it's backwards because it's like cold as hell. Cold, when you're cold, when something is cold, it freezes, it gets solid, it condenses. But whenever something is hot, it spreads out. It's lighter. Why do you think it's lighter? It's lighter. It's your heart. When your heart is light as a feather, you feel like just lifted. You feel free. You feel happy, peaceful, harmonious. But when somebody's cold-hearted, cold-blooded, like, man, that's cold. Like that's petty. Like that's some savage, wicked shit, man. That's low down. It's dirty. Why do you think? According to like traditional calendar, spring is the beginning of the year, not January 1st. So that means that the ending, the end of the year is wintertime. When the leaves and everything dies, the death. And then spring is the rebirth. You know what I'm saying? It's when it starts to rise back up. It's when he rose from the dead. You know what I'm saying? It rose from the dead, nature, the rebirth, and it's a continuous cycle, of the 4 seasons. And you break that down in the 12, you break that down, divided by 3, that's 4. And it's all numerology too, but that's another video. But yeah, man, it's a powerful thing, and we gotta stop letting life, or we gotta stop letting ourselves have us so condensed and caught up in the material things and so outside of ourselves, the external sources of things, the external spotlight, the external this and that, and allowing things to have us pissed off or just which clouds our judgment and clouds our thoughts and our abilities to have that universal insight, and we caught up in these foods and stuff, which also does the same thing. It has us condensed because it's not on the same vibratory frequency as our organs and stuff, when we eat these fake foods. So that plus these conditioned thoughts, and the frequencies, it's a frequency war, the frequencies that they program us with through media outlets such as television and music and all that. It has us vibrating on a lower hertz, on a lower vibration, which is got us like the living dead. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be lifting our vibes up higher. Now, the higher you lift it up, then the more of oneness and universal love it is, man. But, and the more branched out it is, then the lower the vibes are. You know what I'm saying? Because it's farther away from the root. But it's still part of the same tree. It's not separate, but it's still, it's more branched out. But the higher you lift your vibes up, in divine, universal, cosmic order, how it's supposed to be, get closer to the source, the kingdom of heaven, or kingdom of God within, then it's like you get closer to the root. And then when you get closer to the root, then it's more, oneness, and you feel that interconnection with all beings, and you feel that sense of getting back to nature and empathy and compassion, and wanting to heal yourself and improve yourself even more, in that self-love, and you being able to recognize energy signatures of others and seeing things as vibrations and energy, not just the physical shells of things, you know what I'm saying, like colors and titles and religions and all that, but you start to see like people frequency patterns. So yeah, heaven and hell, it's not how people literally have been conditioned to take it as. Like God up in the sky is gonna judge us, and if we don't pass, then we're going down below earth to fire and brimstone. When you can't even have fire and brimstone without oxygen, which is all of the world. It's all worldly stuff. So it's really and fire is spirit anyways. So how can you feel something when you already fire, you spirit? You can only get burned if you're in the physical body. So I mean, we gotta break down the metaphysics and decode it, and not be so caught up in all the rhetoric and all this extra stuff they got to get us to conceive it. You know what I'm saying? So it's that's where I'm at with it. Y'all might agree, y'all might not agree, whatever. It's all good, man. But hey, man, lift them vibes up. Get hot. The soul is the internal sun. It's the spirit. Father, mother, and spirit, or the child. The spirit is the sperm, man. It's the life force. It's the chi. It's the that's what it is. And we gotta understand that. We gotta understand it. We gotta grip that knowledge itself. Know the ledge. So there it is, man. Lift your vibes up. One with nature, universal harmony. One love. Cheer.